I am Archie McDonald, I am a wounded soul. Now knowing my parentage, but now known, seeing this makes me be whole. But there is something still lost, a score still to settle. My McDonald sisters you took from me. I am a fair and just man, but my clan's blood are far from me. Yet I think you still see. Who are you to tell me what to do, said Bera. I am as old as the earth itself. Have you not seen my influence? Have you not seen my wealth? Bera, have you not forgotten the ancient law, said Arthur? Let not earth cover my blood. This was a recital on the magic that created us, Bera, long before Egypt, long before the flood. Never mind this nonsense, says Sione, bring me my ale. All this talk of magic is making me pale. Pay me the price, I know that the gods are just and fair. Give me what my father seeks, and we can leave each other in peace. The kelpies and the fairies shudder in fear that Bera has torn the fabric that had created them. The hag stood up and with a great cry again and let out descending. The heavens opened and in a cloud of smoke lit up with lightning strikes. The three sisters appeared. The hag revealed her actions were of love and not hate. They had lost their families, they had feared. The mother of creation had seen a need, noticed them lonely and with no one to feed. She took them back to her home and sealed the door with a mighty stone. They are mine now, Archie, I will not let them go. She roared, the clever hag, thinking she had still won, neglected to see Archie with his father's medallion. The kelpies screeched in regrets, for they recognized the trinket as a past tense. Archie held it up and the sun shined through, touching a spot on each of the kelpies in turn, searing their hearts until they cried. We will pay the debt, we will give Clan McDonald what they have lost. We will soothe their wrath, the children and the relic you seek. Look to the north and it will tell you the path. You must be strong, you cannot be weak. The fairies dressed in bright shining armor, both male and female, whispered in each other's ears, and four flew over the metal, turning its 90 degrees, and the diamonds now glowing like a star, projecting beams through the four holes. Three beams fell on the mountain summits, bringing hope and taking away Archie's fears. But the last glistened brightly on a waterfall, some distance at the edge of day. In the hidden valley, the place where many a McDonald's hairy beast was stowed away, Sionade rose and declared in a mighty tongue, yet slurred in speech, you have forgotten the courtesy given me on the isles of the seas. Yes, give me that which is mine, or I shall bring up the storms to humble you to your knees. Sionade, I give thee this cup of ale, hoping that thou wilt be so good as to fertilize my works and enrich the ground as I work. Reaching into his rucksack from his secret stash, he threw it over his shoulder from his miniature flask. I have been duly paid, go thy way, said Sionade. but deeper than the mountains and older than the hills. It's solitary and green, but rarely seen. Drinks from the black waters, but if you miss the answer to it, might decide to eat you. Archie thought for a moment, expecting something related to the hills. He thought of the adder, but the black waters and eating me. There is only one thing in Scotland that lives in the black waters and large enough to eat me, if you believe the tourist signs you see. Nessie, he thought, but I'm too far from Loch Ness to be eaten. But it was worth the try, I cannot be beaten. Loch Ness's spirit, he said, Nessie herself indeed. A roar declared, a slithering shape broke the ridge and stood before him. You have answered correct, I am hungry today. Beira, what have you brought me? 3 children or a prince with desire for vengeance, Beira said. The children you have promised to the prince, and the prince you have promised deliverance. Beira, depart from me before I eat you. The kelpies have promised the prince deliverance, and Arthur desires to appease. Shall I eat or shall I please? Archie pulled a fish bill. His uncle had a hankering for fishing and took any opportunity to cook one in the wild. From his rucksack and threw it to Nessie, who gladly ate. I guess that will help decide my fate, said Archie. I will indeed be late for my sleep as I go hunting in the loch. Archie, therefore the tourists do not see me too oft, as I sleep in over the hill in a loch near a distant croft, where the witch watches over me. Tell no one, or you will be my next dinner, for I can travel land and sea. Loch a mountain top, I rule over the water, and I sit in council with the other gods. I eat the pious and the sinner, follow the fairies to the pools on the top of the mountain to claim the stone of hope.
This will help you to fix the problems you have faced. This will allow the girls to cope. Do you think that hope can fill your life? Do you believe? Go to the waterfall and thrust in your hand and bring it out, the relic containing the stone of great power. This we give you. Scotland needs a leader, it needs hope. Will you be that man? Wait, Archie! Arthur said, take this. He reached out and pulled at a quill, golden and magical in appearance. It shone like the sun at noonday. He felt a warm feeling of bliss. Then he placed it in a box and passed it to Arthur. For you, Archie, for your story of hope, touch their hearts and it will be all you need to do. For the Scots are a bold nation with no fear of stating their mind. Explorers of the heart and ready to follow one street from the ale and given a kiss. No offense, sonny, none taken. None taken. Beira, you have cared for the girls this long. Can you watch them one more day and I will return them to their blood? Bladed Archie, there is no need to fear her. I will, Nessie has spoken, has returned to the flood. Who will oppose?
Replied Bear.
Archie gave a bow and started on his journey to the lower peak. As he did so, he noticed a glint of light on the lower vantage point. He headed towards the light. Archie, where have you been? Said a voice in the distance. Why did you dally? I've been looking for ages for you. Come, let's take the hidden valley. The way was easier, but the night was closing in. The moon now showing made it a treacherous climb down the hill. but short into a flat then rocky path. Archie pulled out a torch and then kept well clear of some deep paths. He started to come to the center where a dead tree stood, projecting its arms like it was reaching to the gods. He noticed one of the fairies he had seen hide behind, almost signaling the find. Down a rocky and sandy path he carefully trod until he reached a waterfall running into a pool. Again he saw a fairy go somewhere behind the water, trickling over a rock. He felt a fool. Did he have a rain jacket? Did he have the right tools? Bill, wait here, I have something I have to do, said Archie. Bill replied, trust me, Bill, I'll be back shortly, he said with a smile. Rest for a little by that tree, okay, but just a little while. Behind the water he sensed an opening, and then he prodded with a stick to see what was behind. Indeed, it was vacant and large enough to crawl through. That was a fortunate find. He donned his rain jacket, he remembered repacking his waterproof trousers, and said to himself, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as he felt a slight trickle of freezing cold water somehow penetrate his protective barrier coating. He was slightly pained, and then he let go of the fear and released a run of adrenaline, forcing himself further up the cavern. Inside there must have been a barrier impervious to water above, as the roof facing was free of water and widening and gradually descending downward. The cavern walls were lined with cut stone, and it widened out into a tall space that resembled a mug in a tavern, with its roof spiraling upward like the froth on a wild drink. The scared walls making patterns only God could make, lit only by the light coming through the opening through the water. Boulders lined the floor as if over the years they had become dislodged through the earthquake. Small rounded domes sat on the floors where drips had made their way through the roof, depositing minerals and forming holes at their center. He continued until they felt aloof. He touched the liquid to his mouth almost for proof of the mineral content. The ceilings were outright with teeth formed from the same dripping eerie pools, also formed in the floors, staggered and flowing toward small furrows carrying water, flickering with slivers of white. Further down the cave the walls glowed blue from an unknown source, with fingers reaching up from the ground eerily. He wondered if his eyes were true. The walls looked as though they were breathing, with gills formed of the same calcite. He was curious how this cavern had not been documented, but I guess there was no shortage of rain and snow at the top of the mountains, and the frequency of travelers must have reduced the possibility to. He called out, Father, I think you were right, and listened to the chorus reverberate around him. The brown face of stone of what appeared to be a fox up above. Light filled the cave through a curiously large white quartz crystal stone in the ceiling above, diffusing around. A magical white crystal filled cave with 12 stones sitting in a circle, and in the center was a large stone box. Just as he approached, he heard a voice call to him, and a dark apparition appeared in front of him with dark red eyes. He seemed to resemble the man who had dropped off the letter to him earlier on his quest. Take it, it is the key to great power, beyond your understanding. Beyond your understanding.
Whether you can rule this nation and win the heart of anyone you desire. People will look upon your glory and tremble. They will have to love you, whether you can rule the world. Then another voice dismissed and appeared, a woman in white clothed as a princess, and in bright glory she stared and looked right through Archie's heart. Is that what you want? To rule in fear, or do you want to earn that respect? Touch the heart of the nation and live by the knightly code. Why do you desire the key? Who are you really? Why are you here? Archie thought of the last few days. Why was he here? What was that precious flower? He wanted to know who he was, what his path was, and why he had been chosen. He wanted answers, that's it. He wanted the key to knowledge, not power. I'm here to discover who I am, why Clan McDonald sent me to this place, and what I must do to get this knowledge, and to please my father, and to bring my family peace and justice, and for the girl I love. Is this a test? What must I do to obtain this knowledge? Must I fast? The white figure smile and dismiss the dark. You have passed and bowed low. Your quest for knowledge has opened the lid, and the one who desires power first is the dangerous seeker. The white woman continued to observe, though the stone chest seemed to be covered in dust. But when he tried to blow it away, it stuck fast. He tried to move the lid, but it would not move without a blast. He looked at the woman in white, who said it could be moved, and that it was as light as a feather. She then smiled and departed. Archie pulled out the quill from his bag, and as he moved it across the stone lid, the dust flew away, and he saw the detail of the lid that was ornately carved with knights, kelpies, fairies, and other mystical figures, and a key carved in the center, but with the handle and shaft of a sword. Archie thought of his uncle. If he had come, he would not have been bored. There was a hole in the middle about the same diameter, a pound. He placed the non-flight end of the quill into the hole, and there was a release of air and a clicking sound. Archie moved slowly over to the stone chest and slid off the lid, removed the quill. It clattered to the ground with a great thud in the sand that lay around the chest. Should he do this? Yes, he thought it best. Inside, Archie looked at 3 stones surrounding a large carved stone. To the side was a great sword with the word sail, person or thing that is the source of hope. Archie gripped the handle and the word glowed. He felt a rush of energy touch every bone. He lowered the sword and touched the great stone. A great light filled his vision and transported him to a new place he had never been. A waterfall deeper in the mountains, magical and as beautiful as any he had seen. Then the vision ended. He felt joy and hope. He kindly gave the white woman a wave. Despite her being long gone, he placed the other stones in his backpack and moved towards the entrance with a song. Just then 2 figures appeared in the background. Archie said the man he recognized from the journey up the mountain said, "We will take that." His face began to stare as he raised his hand with a heckler and Koch VP9 handgun to the square. The other figure, the woman companion, looked uneasy and then raised her gun also. Just then a dark figure appeared behind them, eyes glowing red. The man didn't understand the change in Archie's body language. He said, "Don't move and throw me the sword." Archie looked at the dark spirit, who seemed to be waiting for a cue from Archie to enter this sandwich. Archie lowered the sword and put up his thumb to say yes, okay. At which point Archie looked to the side of the cavern where another door appeared. He inserted the sword into the slot in the door, and it opened to a wide cavern with a pool full of fairies playing, dancing, and splashing in the water, busy making items and singing a joyful song. He felt like he belonged. The beautiful scene, complete with majestic falls, speaking to him, and the stepped across the stones to the waterfall. As he touched it, he did not feel wet. It was as if his fingers tingled forward or back. The one little plump fairy asked back. He said, "Wish it, and it will be so."
He stepped through only to see the same chamber, ornately laden with timber carvings and fairies who seemed surprised at his arrival. "State your name, boy," the leader said. "Archie of the Clan McDonald," he said. He looked up and he saw his father holding the girls tightly, Bear smiling, and the kelpies and Nessie dancing in the pool. Alexander greeted his son for the first time since he was born, hugged him so hard that Archie could barely breathe, and told him of his lineage and his family. The girls smiled and hugged him too. He met other older members of his family and the leaders in times past. "You must go now, you have new family to care for. Take him to Justin and Jane and give him this. Must I go?" Archie said yes, "but when you are ready, and I love you, you can always return. Just remember the doorway opens both ways, for the just living and the magical, although the evil will always burn." Archie, after his visit, then held the girl's hands tightly, exited after leaving the doorway, withdrew the sword and sealed the chest. He led the girls through the water and back into the hidden valley. He had passed the test. He walked down the steep path, picking up Bill along the way, reaching his car and driving towards his home. Wait, did he catch that all on his phone? The girl smiled and took his hand in the morning, walked towards the car, chatting with Archie the whole way. "We know who the girl is you are searching for is Archie. We will help you with that." The sword, the stone, the 12 angels, and the gods of Scotland looked upon the scenes with nothing but delight in their hearts. But the dark spirit glared, talked to another, and looked on the scene with disgust. But that is a different story altogether. Archie excitedly knew that he would no doubt need to visit the waterfall again.